What's up, tubers? Oh, Sunday afternoon screw around day here. I had this job that I did during the week here. This one was a basically from the license plate over to the corner job. It had been blended before. There was just two little scratches, and I know it's kind of murky out, I guess is the best word for it. It's kind of a crappy day. The bumper's really wobbly. It is fiberglass, so it doesn't look straight and smooth, mostly because it's not. I just got rid of the scratches and melted the clear off on the corner, which they had done before, somewhere in there. So I'm going to take you guys inside and show what else I've been screwing around with. Look at that, no snowplow. We had a little snow last night and the night before, but nothing to plow. So I'll kick you guys off here and bring you back in a second. Alright, so back to the screw around Sunday. So I'll walk over here and show you what I hauled out of Harbor Freight this morning. Upside down and all. Little 16 by 30 plastic service cart. I wanted something to put all my detailing supplies on. I have them in a cabinet and I'm tired of dragging them all over and not having a place to set it. So there's my polishers. I've got a older ATD polisher, rotary polisher, and then my Flex 3401, which is a DA style polisher, forced rotation. Awesome machine. If anybody's getting into detailing, that machine is fantastic. Fits pretty much everything I need to. I got a couple of pads that I won't keep on it, but they're wet. I just cleaned them, so I'm just keeping that upside down. But you know, you can hang some bottles off of it, and really, we'll give you a frame of comparison here. Let's kick this little bucket next to it. You can see how big it is. I mean, it's not very big. 16 inches that way, and then 30 across. Probably includes the handle with the 30 inches, but how much shit do you need to pile on it, you know? That's all the bigger it is, but it rolls nice. I read the reviews on it. Everybody bitched and said it didn't fit together right. You guys that know me, you know how picky I am. I mean, I go over the same thing 100 times just to make sure I can't find anything wrong with it before I give it to a customer. So putting together a cart like this, my expectations were mediocre at best, but I didn't have a single bit of problem. 15 minutes, that sucker was together. Wham, bam, see ya. With the 20% off coupon that they let me use, it was like 80 bucks, which is, yeah, it's kind of expensive, but go price the Rubbermaid ones and come back and you'll buy the Harbor Freight one. What else do we screw around with today? Okay, so over a year ago, and my apologies here, I had one of my YouTube subscriber friends send me this Southern Polyurethanes Universal Clear. And I finally got the gumption to go ahead and try it. I just messed around. I got really aggravated last week. I've been spraying this. This is my second gallon, and I can't figure it out. It's a 4-to-1 medium solids clear, like 30 to 35% solids. So it's like water. I mean, it's real thin stuff. Okay, I've tried a 1.3 tip, a 1.4 tip. I've tried more fluid, less fluid, more air, less air. I can't spray this shit. I don't know what's wrong. It's obviously the operator error. That's my fault. But I put some of this in a cup and mixed it up and shot it through the LPH 400 gun here. My favorite clear gun. It's not a super fast gun, but you guys that watch my videos, you know that that's my favorite. That's my baby right there. I went ahead and threw the 1.4 tip in it because this clear, from everything I read on the Southern Polyurethanes forums and hot rodder forums and classic car forums, everybody that's restoring cars and using this is saying 1.4 tip. I bet you can spray it through a 1.3. It's thicker viscosity a little bit than that, but this is 1-to-1, 1 part hardener, 1 part clear coat. And I'd been messing around with this gun and this clear. I couldn't get any pattern out of it. My pattern, no matter how much fluid I gave it, was like this. So I'm thinking this gun's dirty, and you guys know how meticulous I am with my guns. So I go out and I do some spray outs with that Southern Polyurethanes clear, and right off the rip I'm thinking, okay, this stuff's pretty thin. That's about 3 turns out on a 1/4 tip. So I choked it down a little bit to about 2.5 turns, did a bunch of spray outs, distance checks, things like that, and that LPH 400 wants a 4-inch distance, right? You get too much farther away than that and you're losing your transfer efficiency. All you have is a cloud, and you guys probably watched me paint a couple things that were cloudy, and I get out of practice and get scared to get too close to things. But at any rate, that doesn't really tell you anything. So I brought this junk fender in that I didn't really, I mean, it's full of dents and everything else, and I sanded most of the orange peel out of the top. I didn't get fussy because it's all dented up here and messed up here, and I tried to see what it would take to run it. So I got a little sagger there and sticking my finger in it to see how long it takes to kick with the slow hardener. It was only about 68 in here. I mean, that's what the thermometer says, about 68, maybe a little less. So there's trash in it. I didn't sweep the floor. I wasn't worried about that. I just wanted to see what it would take to get a wet coat on this thing, and my first impressions are I want to try it on a collision job and see how it works, because it laid down pretty decent. I just worried about the top. Down here I was monkeying around trying to see, you know, if I lowered the pressure too much what would happen, and you know, it's real cobbly down there, but I'm pretty happy with that. So more into your bullshit Sunday, if you guys like this kind. Sometimes I like to just screw around. We'll go back in here. And I watched a video the other day on Refinish Network. Any of you guys that watch Jimmo, he's an awesome painter in Canada. Does some pretty decent tutorials. Kind of got away from tutorials and just did regular paint videos. And then now he's getting back into those. But his video was what makes a good painter. And I don't think I'm a good painter, but I get by. And the first thing he said was somebody has a bunch of spray out cards in their paint cabinet. And I don't have a bunch, but anything that was metallic or relatively difficult color match for me has got a spray out card. And I probably got a dozen or 15 of them here. One of the ones that I got, probably 4 of the same color because I couldn't match it, and they're dirty as hell, is this Ford PY, which is the color of my truck, dark Highland green metallic. This was a monkey around formula. I started with the standard and started adding toner to it to try and bring it the right way, and ended up making myself a quart of ground coat. That's a black, but funny enough, it's a real brown black. Why would you do one of those? Funky blue purple. It's got a weird flop to it. What are these? These are probably more of that green, different kinds, and just little notes on the back of what vehicle it didn't match. Just because I don't paint a lot of vehicles, this may or may not help me if I get a different vehicle in same paint code, but gives me an idea of what it doesn't look right against. So there's my collection of spray out cards and all that. So we'll bullshit about something else. So I had this U-Pole glaze on sale for $10 for a squeezy bag of it, and I got nothing good to say about that. It puts more pinholes in than it takes out. This body filler right here, Evercoat Rage Ultra. Now, I made a recommendation, and I think Shut Your Face Garage made a recommendation to Mr. Fireman, who's doing a restoration job, and said this is the best body filler, sands like drywall mud, and that is no joke. This stuff sands. It does not clog the paper. I've never seen a filler that sands this nice. Now, one thing I will say about it is if you're trying to do a real thin wipe on a large panel, which I haven't done yet, but I could see it giving somebody problems. This stuff is not as creamy and as smooth as like the 3M Platinum Plus. This stuff's a little runnier. This stuff hangs real nice. So if you're trying to get a wad of it on a panel and then spread it out, it'll sit there for you. It doesn't drip all over the floor like something like this does. Which, if you're quick enough, I mean, it doesn't matter. You make it all work, right? But this stuff right here, it can be a little bit of a struggle to spread it super thin. You really got to push on it, whereas this, it starts to self-level on you. I go back and forth. I don't know which one I like better. This one, I've been using it for about a year and I like it, and this one for about a month, and I fell in love with it immediately the first time I went to sand it. So there's your bullshit Sunday video, 10 minutes of a whole lot of nothing. So hope you guys got out in the garage and did something today, and we'll catch you soon.